Yo, what's going on, everybody? You got Tone here, the coach of your Miami Marlins, and I am here bringing you guys my IBL Season 4 Week 9 battle against Eric, aka Heavy Metal Pokemon, and his Colorado Mamoswine. If you guys did miss the last game, we took on Caleb and the Kansas State Needle Kings, and came in with a very nice 2-0 win in that matchup. And we're pretty much looking to continue our little bit of a win streak, so to speak, as we're currently 6-2 after that win, and we're taking on Eric, who is actually replacing another coach, Ramar, who we were supposed to play, but he dropped for personal reasons. And Eric has inherited his team. He is 2-6 at the time of him inheriting this team, so he does have some catching up to do if he wants to have a run at playoffs. If we do win this game, we pretty much secure a spot in playoffs ourselves. But it is going to be a tough matchup nonetheless, as Eric does have access to Kieran Black with Z moves, Ranunculus, Silvally all forms, Heracross, Mega Pidgeot, Barbarical with Z moves, Gligar, Magneton, Moltres with Z moves, Rotom Frost, and the Vileplume. So it's also the first game in which I'm going to be using my my pickups, and dropping like 7 Pokemon and picking up Tapu Fini, Hydreigon, Ferrothorn, and Vikavolt, along with the Mew with Z moves, Medium Z allowed, Mega Aerodactyl, Mamoswine, and Salazzle. So with that all being said, I'm going to just jump right into the team builder, because I'm already strapped for time. But nonetheless, first up you see is the Mew set, which is pretty much going to be my primary win con, hopefully. Bulk Up, Leech Life, Drain Punch, and Liquidation. Shoutouts to Jolt, Token Minorities, for suggesting Liquidation as the last move. I had Rock Slide for the Mega Pidgeot and the Moltres specifically, but he suggested Liquidation so I can at least do damage to the Gligar, do more damage to the Gligar. So it's pretty much hits his entire team. The only thing I can't really do much damage to would be something like Vileplume. I can Leech Life, but that's pretty much it. Leech Life was primarily just there for the Ranunculus. Drain Punch hits everything else for the most part, and Liquidation, like I said, is for the Gligar, the Moltres, and that's pretty much it. My investment, the HP and special defense investment, ensures that my Mew is not too KO'd by Mega Pidgeot's Hurricane, and the rest is just put into defense to take physical attacks better from stuff like Barbarical and Heracross not lock into Mega Horn if he's like a Choice Scarf variant. Then we have our Mega Aerodactyl, which is just a 4 attacks offensive attacker. Ice Fang, Stone Edge, Wing Attack, Earthquake. Pretty much just his entire team, at least neutrally. The only thing I don't hit super effectively on his team is the Ranunculus, which is fine. I can wear that down pretty easily with a combination of my Mew and my Hydreigon, which I'll get into in a second. So running Adamant, Max Attack, enough speed for Max Speed Mega Pidgeot, as that's really the only thing I really outspeed with this my Mega Aerodactyl. So it's just going to come in and just do a crap ton of damage to whatever he wants to try to switch in on this thing. Not much else to say about that. Then next up we have our Mamoswine with the Life Orb, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Earthquake, and Knockoff. Max Attack, enough speed for a Max Speed Magneton, non-scarfed, and the rest is just balanced out between HP. Enough HP to hit a Life Orb number, and the rest is just balanced out between its defenses. Nothing much else to say about that. It's just Mamoswine doing Mamoswine things. It does a solid job in pressuring his only real hazard setters, being the Gligar and the Barbarical. Barbarical can't deal with my Mamoswine unless he's like a Sugar Berry set, so he's that desperate to get up rocks. He brings Gligar, I Icicle Crash that. Pretty straightforward about that. Then we have our Hydreigon with the Choice Scarf, Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Fire Blast, and U-Turn with max special attack, enough speed to outspeed Kieran Black, and the rest is into HP. Draco Meteor just nukes everything because his only real fairy type on his team is Silvally Fairy. And then Dark Pulse is there for the Ranunculus, Fire Blast hits the Heracross and the Magneton, and U-Turn is just there for momentum purposes. So this is just my revenge killer for stuff like Mega Pidgeot. I outspeed like a Scarf Heracross, Scarf Magneton, all that sort of stuff. So that is my Hydreigon. Then we have the defensive core of our team, starting off with our Tapu Fini with the Wiki Berry, Taunt, Moonblast, Nature's Madness, and Defog. If he does find a way to get up, if he does manage to get up rocks on my side of the field, I can defog him away so I can ease up the pressure on my Mega Aerodactyl. I have Taunt here for the Ranunculus, so I can't Calm Mind in front of my Finny's face. Nature's Madness just to whittle down the Ranunculus and whatever wants to switch in on top of Finny. And Moonblast is just pretty minimal against his team because it's Fairy Resist. It's kind of limited to just Moltres for the most part and Magneton. And I already have responses. I have good enough checks for both of them, so I'm not too worried about that. As for my investment, the HP and the special effects investment on my Tapu Fini is enough to avoid being 1-hit KO'd by Z Solar Beam from a Moltres, and the rest is just put into defense to better check the Heracross and other physical attackers, Barbarical and stuff like that. And then lastly, we have our Ferrothorn with a Shed Shell, Power Whip, Gyro Ball, Stealth Rock, Leech Seed, and this is just my way of this is my hazard setter. There's also checks like Hero and Black, not having HP Fire, and then Power Whip and Gyro Ball, pretty spammable. His only switch into this would be Magneton, which is why I have Shed Shell, so I can switch out if he's Magnet Pull, Stealth Rock to pressure his Kieran Black, his Mega Pidgeot, Ultra, stuff like that. And Leech Seed, again, very spammable. I'm not expecting him to bring that Vileplume, so like I said, very spammable. Gets back some health on my Ferrothorn. My HP and my special defense investment ensures that Ferrothorn is not 1-hit KO'd by Heat Wave from my Mega Pidgeot. And the rest is just put into defense to better check physical attackers like Hero Black. Nothing much else to say about that. So with that all being said, that's a team builder. I'm sorry that's a bit rushed. I already tried recording this multiple times and I screwed up on a good portion of them. So I just want to just quickly head into the battle and see how we do. And as you're going to see, our opponent has decided to bring the Gligar, the Kieran Black, the Magneton, the Heracross, the Mega Pidgeot, and the Silvally. Don't know what the Silvally set is, the typing of the Silvally, but the fact that he didn't bring Ranunculus means that I'm kind of bummed that I won't be able to show off Leech Life on my Mew, but nonetheless, that's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave with my Mamoswine here from a lead matchup, because I figured at this point, if he wants to get up rocks early, he would have to lead with Gligar. I expect me to lead with something else, like Hydreigon or something along those lines, so I want to at least keep the pressure on his team as much as I can with my team. So I'm going to leave with Mamoswine here. So let's just press play and see how we do in this game. So we're going to be challenged by Pokemon Trainer Zero. Have fun. So we're going to lead off with the Mamoswine. He does lead off with his Gligar here. So I expected him to switch out turn 1 because it's a bad matchup from him. So I'm going to click Knockoff here, but he decides to stay in, which I found very weird. So he gets up his rocks here, so I'm like, man, I could click Ice Cold Crash turn 1 and just got a big chunk of damage off with something. So to me, it felt like a misplay, but I do go for the Ice Cold Crash the following turn and knock out the Gligar here. So so we do manage to get some revenge there a little bit. So in comes the Kieran Black, though. He does get his rocks up here, so I'm just going to stay in this turn and go for the Earthquake, as he goes for an Iron Head here and actually knocks me out, and I'm like, damn, that did a lot more damage than I hoped. But nonetheless, I'm going to go out into my Tapu Fini to see if he is the to scout for a Fusion Bolt or Electrium Z Fusion Bolt. So I want to double here into my Ferrothorn, expecting him to fire off for Fusion Bolt, but he just decides to go for another Iron Head here. So immediately I'm thinking he's Scarfed, or like at the very least Adamant Scarf. I do get some chip damage off on the Kieran Black here. So now he goes on into his Mega Pidgeot here. I go for a Leech Seed, I believe. Yeah, I go for a Leech Seed this turn because, again, it's very free against the team he brought, unless he was Silvally Grass, which doesn't make any sense in this game, to be perfectly honest. So now I'm not going to stay in here. I'm just going to go directly out into my Tapu Fini. And he's going to go for the Mega Evolution. I need to take Stealth Rock damage. So he's going to Mega Evolve here, and he is going to go for the U-turn, expecting me to switch out of my Ferrothorn, and he is going to go out into his Magneton this turn, So I need to, at the first and foremost, I'm not staying in, obviously, so I'm going to go on and make the play into my Hydreigon, because this is my Magneton check, and he is going to go straight for the Volt Switch, because my Mamoswine is down, and that did a lot of damage, so it's either screaming and he's either Specs, or this is Analytic Magneton. So he's going to Volt Switch into his Heracross here. I'm going to show him I'm Scarf Hydreigon, in the very case he's Scarf Heracross. So I'm going to U-turn out into my Tapu Fini again, and he is going to go for the Mega Horn here. He's going to unfortunately miss my Fini. So this is nice because I finally got the opportunity to defog away the rocks that his Gligar had set, and once I was able to defog away these rocks, which I do so right here, I don't have to worry about rocks again for the rest of this battle, which is absolutely perfect for my team. Nonetheless though, the Magneton is in. I gotta go back out into my Hydreigon, and now he's going to go for a Thunder Wave this turn. I'm like, dang, he wasn't Specs, he wasn't Scarf or anything. So now I'm thinking he is Eviolite. I'm still faster because my Choice Scarf on a fire for Fire Blast. Do a good chunk of damage here as he goes for the Flash Cannon. I live on 5, but it's gonna try to sack off my I'm gonna sack off my Hydreigon here because it's useless at this point in the battle, because now it gets fully paralyzed. He goes on to Savali, which sure that beats Savali Dark. He's gonna go for the U-turn and pick off my Hydreigon, which is totally fine. I still have ways to offensively check the Mega Pidgeot. He's going to U-turn out into Mega Pidgeot, which gives me a free switch into my Mega Aerodactyl. So this works out for me because I got a switch initiative. I'm going to Mega Evolve here and let's go for a Stone Edge because it's pretty free. As he's going to go back out into Savali Dark here. As I'm going to get my Mega Evolution off, I'm going to go for the free Stone Edge because even if it goes Magneton here, I know he's not Scarf, so Earthquake is going to kill. And I'm unfortunately going to miss Stone Edge on the Savali Dark, but it's pretty much justice at this point because he didn't miss Mega Horn on my Tapu Fini here. As I'm going to go into my Fini as he's going to go for the Parting Shot, getting more momentum against my team. And now, at this point in the game, I need to find a way to get up rocks on my Ferrothorn because he is getting free Switch Initiative whenever he wants, which I really need to avoid him having do against me. So I'm going to go out into my Ferrothorn here as he goes for the Discharge because now I see his moveset. He doesn't have Hidden Power Fire, so I am just going to go for the Stealth Rock this turn as he's going to Volt Switch out of my Ferrothorn and into his Mega Pidgeot. But I do get up my Stealth Rock this turn, which is absolutely perfect for me. As for now, I'm going to switch out of my Ferrothorn into my Tapu Fini one more time, as he is going to fire off a Heat Wave. I thought he would go for a Hurricane here because I don't have the best flying switches on this team, as he goes for the Hurricane this turn, and he is going to unfortunately crit me, which sucks because my Tapu Fini lived any hit from this Mega Pidgeot. But at the same time, it's fine. I'm going to go directly out into my Mega Aerodactyl here. He's going to switch out. I still get a free Stone Edge off on something no matter what, as I want to hit the Stone Edge on the incoming Magneton, which doesn't take it out this turn, but the Wing Attack will take it out the following turn. So down goes the Magneton this turn, so all well and good. In comes the Scarf Heracross, as I know I can live a close combat from Heracross, which I do take with ease, and I'm going to pick off this Heracross with the Wing Attack, and down goes Heracross. So now it basically just comes down to the fact of knowing whether or not his Kyurem Black is Scarf, the way he's been playing it. It looks like it's Scarf. In comes the Savali Dark in here. So what I'm going to do here, I got rocks up with my Ferrothorn, so I don't really need it that much anymore. He's going to go for the multi-attack on my Ferrothorn, take some chip damage from the Iron Barbs. I'm just going to try to go for a Gyro Ball here just to try to see if I can live the next multi-attack, but unfortunately we don't, which is fine. I was just sacking it off, so now I'm going to get a switch into my Mew, and I can't take the opportunity to set up right now because this is Savali Dark staring me in the face. I'm just going to go for the Drain Punch this turn, as that's an offensive Savali Dark, as I'm just going to fire with a Drain Punch, which is going to be a clean 2 KO. I want to get back some needed health from the Drain Punch plus the Leftovers Recovery, which is going to put me out of range of the next multi-attack from the Savali Dark. As we see, we're going to live on 4 HP, and now we're going to pick off the Savali Dark with the next Drain Punch, which is totally fine by me. Unfortunately, what this means afterwards is that the Kieran Black gets to come back in and click Iron Head, and I think that's pretty much going to be the game, because if he is Scarf Kieran Black, then he outspeeds my Mega Aerodactyl, and we're going to lose this game 2-0, so I'm going to stay and he goes for the Iron Head, picks off my Mew, and it basically just comes down to whether or not he is Scarf Kieran Black, and if I hit a Stone Edge. So will that happen? He's not Scarf, and we hit the Stone Edge, down goes the Kieran Black, and that is going to be the game, as Mega Aerodactyl is just going to clean up the rest of this game, as his last Pokemon is Mega Pidgeot because of no guard. We won't miss Stone Edge, and that is going to be good game. The crit did not matter there because I am adamant. And that is going to be a 1-0 win in the Miami Marlins' favor. So first and foremost, good game to Eric. He brought one solid team in this matchup. And that game was a lot closer than I had hoped. The Finny crit did suck a little bit because I lost my Heracross switching, but luckily it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, in the bigger picture. Basically just came down to me getting up rocks with my Ferrothorn and me getting rid of rocks with my Finny, which is the main thing I was actually trying to do with my Finny before I went down anyway, so I can't really complain about that. But nonetheless, this is a very hard-fought 1-0 win. Do check out my opponent's channel. His link will be in the description down below. Be sure to check him out. And with this win, we are now moving on to 7-2 with a +9 differential. We are actually tied for first in the conference now with this win, so I am very happy about that. So, and for the most part, we have clinched playoffs with this win. So again, very happy about that too. But there's still 3 more weeks to play, trying to solidify our positioning in the conference. And this starts for week number 10. Next week we take on Odds, coach of the Memphis Bewares, and another hard fought battle. So that's gonna be it from me, guys. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe. Like I said, check out my opponent if you haven't done so already. So that's gonna be it from me. I'm gonna get the heck out of here. And until the next time, guys, this is Tone signing off for now. Peace out.